Hi guys, and welcome in this new video. Today we are going to explain in a very simple way what external highs and lows and what internal highs and lows are. So basically the market doesn't move randomly, it moves creating highs and lows. So high is basically a point, so like this point here, here. So it's a point where the price stops going up and starts to go down, so doing the reversal. Same thing for the opposite, so for the lows, so like this one and this one. Okay. Now, not all highs and lows are the same because there are the external ones and the internal ones. In particular, an external high is the highest point of a big move, and an external low is the lowest point of a big move. So let's just go for example. So let's see very fast these examples in a bullish trend, in a bearish trend. So let's start with the bullish one. So as you can see, I wrote each low high by marking them with the name. So this is EH means external high, EL external low, IL internal low, and EIH internal high. So let's say that we were with the price in this point right there. Okay, so when we were there, the external low was this one and the external high is this one. So all the lows and highs that are in this zone are all internal. So at the start, so when we were there, this low was an internal low at the first moment, but when the price moved and broke this point by creating a new external high, this internal low becomes the new external low. Same with the bearish trend, and as you can see here, we have just an example with the internal low, because within this range, so between the last external high and last external low, there is this low here that will be called as internal low. Same here, so we have the last range between this external high and this external low. We had two, one high, one low, that because they're inside this range, they're internal. So also for the Boost and Choc that we saw in the last video, I personally use them only with external low heights, not with inside them. So basically, like in this situation, we could have something like that. So this could be called as choke, but I don't count that as choke because it's internal choke. We want to break that high to make it a real choke. Okay, now let's see a few examples on the real market. Okay, so we are on the real market, we are on RUSD on 3 minutes, and we are going to check all info about external low heights. Before we start with an example, I just wanna tell you that an important thing to understand is that external highs and lows define the real direction of the market. Instead, the internal highs and lows are just small movements inside the direction. So for that, many people get confused and think that the market is reversing, but instead, in most of cases, it's just manipulating or just creating small retracements inside the big movements. So let's start. And my small suggestion is that if you are new and for you it's still hard to understand which one is the correct high and low to find, to track, I suggest you to use an indicator that is called the fractals. So you can find fractals, and I suggest this one of Donkey Empori. You can add it, there you go, and you can manage it. More higher the number is, less high and lows you will find. So I suggest you to put 3 or 4. Let's put 4, yeah. And I will remove it now because I don't use it. For me it's not very good, but for people that never use that, never been in trading in general, it's very useful. So let me close it, and so let's start here. So we were on this point, we broke this low. By breaking this low, this low, we were sell because this was the last external low, and this one was internal low and internal high. So this is the real shock. Okay, now we move there. We have, this is the external low, this is the last external high, and this one can be called as internal high, internal low. So most of people call this as shock. Okay, in this case worked, or nice, but in most of cases doesn't. So I skip it. Also, this one can be called choke or boss, depends on the strategy. And this one can be called as boss. Instead, I wait to break this high, and it did. So this is my real choke. Okay, then it reversed here a little bit. The last external low was this one or this one, depends. And then maybe I could go by like in this zone, for example. So like hit this one, stop below the low, and TP here. So we could take this trade just based on price action. Of course, we didn't know where to enter. For example, why I didn't enter there? We know just that because we are forward testing. But it's just an example to show you how you can use the price action. So, for this video is everything. If you didn't understand something, please write me in the chat in clarifications on my server. And that's it for today, and see you.